elemental, isn't that correct?
Anyway, so to begin with, let's just do a quick primer about what Shadowrun is and where they are and what's happening, mostly for the viewers and maybe partially for everyone else as well. Shadowrun is a cyberpunk game set in the future with magic. Surprise, the Mayan apocalypse was real. Well, really, it was the correct interpretation of a transition to a new world, one wherein magic comes back, dragons wake up, people turn to elves, orcs, trolls, dwarves, and a billion other things, cryptics run amok, and corporations gain the power to be their own independent territories, and secret mercenaries are now hired to do all manner of criminal stuff by all the powers that be in a universe where everyone is managing a conspiracy. It's a fun time. The game will be taking place in LA. LA has been through a lot over the 70 years. It's gone through all the political upheaval of the return of the Native American nations and their nuke-stopping magic. They succeeded with California. They got dumped as a free city while in the midst of social upheaval, and was devastated by twin earthquakes, a tsunami, and a magical geological event that sunk half the city, and has been rebuilding itself for the past 16 years under the help and guidance of both the Pueblo Corporate Council and the Horizon Group. One is a nation, the other one is a megacorp. The two of them have been at each other's throats with Aztlan, the Mexico/Central American nation to the south. They've been at their border threatening to take LA for themselves if they ever get a chance. I'll take any quick little setting questions if any of that didn't make sense before moving along.
Does any of this actually matter?
A little bit, just for set dressing. And you will be interacting with some of this at some point. Alright. Everyone at this point seems to be around in LA. And we'll go ahead and start with Theta. Theta, you can hear chanting. It's happy and given the chord, and the given chorus is rather high-pitched. It echoes into the back room that you wait in. But it doesn't leave the building. It shouldn't. It wouldn't be fair to the rich and high if any of them were seen or heard here. Once it all reaches an orgasmic crescendo, you hear the murmur and theatrics of someone being selected for you this month. Heavy footsteps lead into a petite young woman entering the back room. She goes to her knees on the velvet pillow in front of you and throws her arms wide in front of Harbin. She takes the stance the cult believes most appropriate, arms out wide, neck backwards, just ready to accept you. You can't help but notice that the deep tan of her bare arms doesn't quite match that of her face. Instead of the usual speech about lifting her soul that the cult normally gives, she instead simply says, "Please, end it," and waits. What do you do?
End it, huh?
What the fuck?
I guess I'm going to grab
And
her
now
by
the
the...
realizes what shit he's involved.
Ew, Carbide. Getting that kinky shit in already.
I wrap my giant troll hand around her throat, lifting her from her knees to the point where her feet are dragging along the floor, but her weight is being entirely supported in the grasp of my my large, powerful hand.
All right.
I stare her in the eyes, feeling both her fear and her ecstasy, and I drink of it.
Holding her up, you realize that she's a few 100 pounds heavier than she looks. You'd get the distinct impression that there's plenty of metal inside of her. Go ahead and roll your charisma plus magic to begin draining her.
That leads me to my
You'll
first
be
question.
looking for a threshold of 9, so it may take a couple of tries and a couple of minutes.
Okay, that leads me to my first question about the sheet. How do I roll two individual things together?
I honestly do not know. You may just have to free roll it.
Alright, you said magic and...
Charisma.
Let's see. Magic 4, charisma 1, so I think I'm looking at a dice pool of 5. Limit to mental?
Is there a limit on it? I don't think there even is a limit on this check, actually.
So what do I
Since
put
it's
down
just
as a
weird.
limit? Right here, my limit's already saying 6. You want to just use the 6? It's already there?
Sure, I don't think you'll necessarily roll higher than that anyway. Let's do it. Okay. She doesn't struggle as you hold her, and despite the fear and terror of having her soul taken away from her, she seems genuinely happy to finally have things coming to an end. Go and give a few more rolls. You still have to reach 9.
Okay.
There's barely anything left of her you can feel.
And each of these rolls is taking how much time each? Like 3 seconds?
1 minute.
I mean, each roll itself.
Yes.
Or are you just counting every... Okay.
Five, and go and give it another. 6.
How many rolls do I get to make in total?
As many as it goes. It's as an extended check. It goes on until you either complete it or you mess up or run out of time. And there's no time limit here.
Is that messing up?
Maybe. Actually, we need to go ahead and check.
I mean, there's a 1 in there.
No, you only have 1 among 5 dice, so it would not be a glitch. And go ahead and make 1 more. That should probably finish it off. Yeah, I think that's it then. 3, 6, 9. You finally drain the last bit of her soul from her, and you can feel the wonderful sensation of taking that out, feeding this ravenous urge, and sending the infection into her.
Now, she's not dead, or she is dead. Did I drain her completely?
She
What the
is.
fuck?
You can feel her body just crumple and go limp, immediately stiff as all the mechanical joints seize up.
Now, was she a meta, or was she not a meta?
She's meta.
Oh, okay. Well, then
Regular
I'm gonna...
old human woman.
Can I?
Alright, well, when she goes limp, then I'm gonna start tearing into her flesh and devouring her.
Alright.
Okay,
And as you do that, you
This is
hear a
hilarious.
ping from your comlink. Whenever you finish and whenever you go check the message, you see that the message reads from her. Satyr Krupp still has your number. Send a message to Princess. She can help you clear the air. Tell her you're my replacement. And it ends with a comm code.
Alright. I guess I'm gonna wipe some of her last of her viscera from my lips and...
From the bare amount of meat left on her metallic bones.
Yeah. Yeah, kinda like use some of her
Or-
cyber implants as like a toothpick.
More machine now than man.
Well,
And we'll go ahead and end your scene.
I was hoping Turtle John would just walk in there and like, hey, did you drink all the milk? Oh god.
yeah, no, I'm not at his...
No, this is a different location than your home.
Yeah,
I
not his
hope
place.
So,
It'd be a very messy carpet.
like, I mean, we
John.
have a basement, but Jesus Christ, dude, that's not what it's for.
John,
Yes.
Overclock is at work.
That's
It's been a long week. Horizon is pushing for you to produce another paper on possible magic-created or enhanced projects. The paper will end up putting you into a group of 2 of your other peers and several others who simply just aren't magic enough to know what's going on.
Oh, I remember when I used to work at Horizon.
Of course, both of them are more popular than you and will get higher authority and higher billing and will drive your ideas into the ground. Paper's due by the end of the day. Roll magical theory for me. That is a knowledge skill. If you don't have it, I believe you will be rolling simply logic -1.
Who is this?
John.
Just use magic.
Well, magical theory is more your understanding of how it kind of works
So
instead
I
of just doing it.
enchant the paper so that it writes itself. That's pretty magical magic theory.
Oddly enough, a little bit outside the realm of Shadowrun right there to just have it magically do that. You could set it on fire, though. Figuring out the roll, John?
I don't think he's there.
There it is. No, I was figuring out. Oh,
Yeah, he
shit.
just quietly does things. Doesn't look good so far. You're not really making progress on it. As you begin working on your paper, though, someone ends up calling your desk. They broke their workstation computer and need help setting up another one. Go ahead and roll computers at -2.
How do you break your computer? What, did you just fucking download a virus?
Well, actually, I was just on the Matrix, I wasn't doing anything, I swear, and then, it just stopped working. It's not my fault, right?
Oh no, it's never your fault.
Jeez.
They make these things to fail. Oh, I put modifiers -20.
What happened to the what's up with your modifier?
I multiplied it by accident. Hold on, let's try that again.
Yeah, go and give it another shot. Before setting it on fire, you manage to hook it up. Setting up a new workstation is not a difficult task, but you have to endure their whining the entire time. Go ahead and roll etiquette -2.
God, is everybody gonna fuck up in the beginning?
I hope I don't fuck up in the beginning, considering
I
what
hope
my character
Turtle
does.
Turtle, you need to everybody give Skino your energy. Give overclock your energy.
The modifier is actually my oh, I forgot to roll -2. Oh, it should just be 3 dice. Gosh darn it. My spirit gives the other bonus.
Ah. Alright. You managed to maybe not put the blame on them and soothe them and their stupidity over a little bit. And they actually give you a thank you on your way out. A rare occurrence these days. You set up their workstation, and as you're heading back, even though you've set it up properly, shown them how it works, and gotten your thank you, you notice that your in-house Horizon internal persona score, the Facebook of the Megacorp, has lowered. You had a negative review of your performance left by someone else.
They kill a motherfucker.
Before you even get back to your desk, you get a message over your comlink. You need to astrally project out to an offsite area.
I can't.
Oh, you can't? I thought you were still full mage.
No.
No. Oh, that changes everything.
Mystic adept. Remember I talked about the adept points to be super fast, and that's why I do it, and they are.
Ah, I thought you were still Mystic Adept. Very well then.
For a second, I thought your character was having a mental breakdown.
Oh, we probably is too.
You're asked to check in on an off-site host then.
Okay, that works.
No one's been responding for a little bit. You log in, you head out through the matrix and find the host very quickly. And of all things, you don't see very much activity here, and you can immediately tell that the host has been banged up rather terribly. Pieces of the virtual images in front of you seem to nearly be falling apart, or have varying bits of projected data simply leaking all over the place, and secure files are just simply left all over, open, exposed, not in their safe storage location. And you see one of your compatriots appear, but maybe not one that you've ever necessarily met in person. He notices you as you log in, and he turns around and he holds up a finger to his lips. "I'm leaving," he says as he's holding important classified data.
Leaving?
Yeah, they came to get me, but it didn't work out for anyone. I'm leaving anyway.
Did you do this?
No, that was whoever came to get me. It's kind of nasty. I'm glad you don't have to see the real thing. But I can't stand this. I haven't slept in 3 days. Nobody cares or likes what I do. They don't even know how to understand it. Scores have just been going down every day. Nobody talks to me anymore. I've seen your numbers too.
Sorry.
Don't you feel the same way?
Yes, where are you going?
Out. I know a person. I think they could give me some work. Maybe tell me where I can go and hide for a little bit. Just get out of this mess. I have no doubt the blame for all this will be put on me. He goes ahead and transmits a comm code to you.
Okay. I look up the number or the code.
About that.
It seems to be unlisted, but it should work if you called it. He kind of looks at you and shakes his head. I think with a score that low when you report back, nobody's going to listen to you about what happened here. Not for a day. That should give me plenty of time to get running.
All right. Well, then I just dial the number.
All right. There's no answer at the time being, but it does ask you to leave a message. And we'll go ahead and transfer to someone else then. Turtle John. Your character is Boomer. Boomer is in a burnt-out home. Some might call it a mansion, but to you it feels very small, and always will. Go ahead and make your first demolition check.
Are
As
we
you begin
expanding
wiring.
aggressively?
Oh god.
You have far too much explosives in your arms, plenty of wire, plenty of debt cap. You're ready.
Oh my god, what the fuck is he doing?
Ooh, you find all the good places. Just to set up a little block of C4 here, a little bit of foam there, a tiny little miniature novelty bomb that you found. Just, over here, you wander past the master bedroom, where 2 people never returned home. They were never worth thinking about, so why now? Go and make another demolition check and rig that to explode. Oh, you might be wounded on your sheet, by the way.
I am wounded on
Good
the sheet.
catch, Theta.
I just saw that wound penalty. I'm like, what the hell's going on?
Good, good. You go looking straight for the main support beam. It's all gonna come crashing down. It already burnt down. You already got all the money you could out of it. You and your friend made sure of that after ownership fell to you. Despite the scorch marks, it actually still looks sturdy, but you don't want it there anymore. Go ahead and rig this one up too.
Is this my house?
It is.
All right. I wanna call Carbine.
Well, this is your old house.
Oh, it's my old house.
This is
Okay.
pre-meeting people house.
I was gonna call and be like, we're gonna have some new expansions.
3. Well, you put it up against it, that's good enough, right? You go ahead and retreat up into the hills. You know what's coming next, and you want to see it all. Your body's tingling in anticipation, the trigger's in your hand, the house is going to become something that's never been before. Pure, unbridled, adrenaline-induced joy. Now roll the number of hits you got plus 50.
Jesus Christ.
14. So 14d6.
Well, I meant an extra 50 dice, but
Oh,
regardless, It doesn't necessarily matter too much, as there's nothing that will save the house at this point. The house nearly lifts off before breaking into a million flaming pieces, parts landing into the yards of people you've never cared about. Fireball turning the sky black just a moment and blocking out that incessant LA sunlight. You know in your heart, someone somewhere is recording this, and it'll be everywhere, spliced into 100 amateur videos as a free special effect. People will remember the spectacle, but never know how good it really feels to press that button. And at least you know someone who will be happy to let you press it again and again and again. Quote. Asagawa.
I just, not even any of my names. Yeah, but what's going on?
You're approaching a club where you've been told someone can help you get what you want. Club Nova. Club Nova is as hot a club as any in Hollywood. The capital P party sometimes rolls through, but tonight it's just tourists and C-listers trying to hook up. That doesn't stop them from playing the electropop as loud as possible and hitting up whatever drugs they can to appear more lively at this hour. Partying, you know where your contact is, one of the back rooms. You don't need to necessarily linger too long. The party and the rest of the club is drowned out by soundproof walls, but the very vibration of the foundation is still enough to hear it reverb into your soul. Or that's just the blood pumping into your ears before they burst. The back room is a quiet-looking lounge of red leather and calming lights that rotate blue and green against the wall. The gentleman at the other end has a small whiskey swirling in his hand. He's your fixer, you hear. He kind of looks up a little casually and goes, "Oh, I think you fit in more out there than you do in here, but I guess I don't have to drag you into this. I know what you want, and it's not an easy thing to do as far as my friends tell me. Not strictly impossible, though," he says as he takes a little sip. "They say it needs research, funding, time. I say they just need to remember who they have to thank for what they got. Go ahead, have a seat. I even got you a drink." And he goes ahead and passes you an empty glass and the whiskey bottle.
Okay, I'll pour myself a drink.
Yeah, go ahead.
How do I...
So, I can get you what you want. I can keep an eye out for people in the know and help you scoop them up. And honestly, I find the whole thing a bit funny. Maybe LA will get a good laugh before turning to a reality TV show for what you want to do. But if I'm going to be doing work for you, I've got some work you can do for me and my associates.
Yeah.
I've got a friend named Princess. She's a real bitch, but she knows a lot of people. Hook up with whomever her friends are and do whatever they want. You'll get paid, I'll get a fee, and let me spend more time looking for who and what you need.
Sounds good to me.
He goes ahead and holds up his glass to toast with you. We got a deal then?
Sure.
He goes ahead and knocks glasses with you and goes, "Good. I'll go and order us some more drinks then. We got a whole party to enjoy." LA. LA is the city of lights and stars. Careers can rise and fall entirely on who you know and how the rest of the world knows you. A good show or one bad scandal can change lives. This is true in and out of the limelight, and true for those living and working in the shadows. You've all made a new connection recently, Princess. She's been slow to reply, but tonight you receive a message from her, sent out as well to 3 other people. The persona involved is a bright-looking fairy godmother, as it relays the vocal message to you. Some of your friends told my friends that you guys could be friends, so I believed them. For now. I'll only point you to a brand new friend this once, but if you don't make him happy, I'll make sure you never make friends again. The sentence ends with a big, bright, non-threatening fairy godmother smile. If you do make your new friend happy as can be, though, I'll be sure to tell your friends of mine to make you as welcome as any chummer could in LA. Some friendly advice: work together. This crew will be permanent as long as you work in LA and the greater PCC. Long-term group structure leads to fewer collapses. If one of you is a piece of dreck, I'll deal with it. Same goes for your friends. Any funny business out of them, and they won't have many friends left either. I always hear about it. Also, save yourself some hassle and pick up a cool name. The flashier the better. Better give yourself a name before the evening news does. Your new friend tonight is Mr. Johnson. He'll be waiting at Mitzi's bar in Covina for 4 fine, upstanding individuals like yourself. Don't make a scene, negotiate your price, do the job, maybe don't die. Up to you on that one. Love, Princess. And now the game begins. What all do you do? Head over immediately, wait.
Man, I guess I'd head over there immediately. I got nothing else on my plate. Literally.
Do
I
all of you
wanna-
have transportation?
I want to take
Howdy.
a minute to look at Carbine like he's a goddamn monster, which he kind of is.
You didn't see
Sure,
me do
you-
that. I mean, I
You've been
look like
living
a
with him
monster.
for a while.
You look like a monster.
And yeah, I have an all-terrain vehicle.
I've got an Ares Roadmaster, so we can all pile in.
Alright, so you can pile in with your friend. Overclock, do you have a vehicle?
I have a Yamaha Nadachi.
I believe that's a bike, isn't it?
Yes.
Alright.
Top of the line.
You can power slide right out of here. And Asagawa.
No, I walk or take a bus or car.
It is a fair walk to Covina from Fun City.
Just get in the car.
I'll just get in the car. I meant to
Well,
get
there
inside
is
myself.
no car next to you. In fact, they're on the opposite side of the city, though they haven't necessarily told you yet.
Although,
Everyone has each other's comm links for coordinating.
can your Roadmaster fit a troll? Is it Troll Adept?
I believe so. I think it's one of the larger
Push
vans,
down.
isn't it?
Just call a taxi.
Worst case scenario, you just take up 2 seats in the back.
Mine's actually, oh yeah, it's wait. He's too big for my second seat.
Yeah, I'm very big.
But Asagawa, you could send a message to your new friends or co-workers here. Tell them to pick you up if you really need it. Or you could just take the bus.
Just take the bus.
Okay. Roll me a single d6 for luck here. Or rather, roll your edge.
Right. How?
When it comes to bus schedules, nothing matters quite as much as just getting there quite the right time.
No, it's not that. How do I roll an edge roll?
There should be a button directly next to it.
I don't have any button.
Or is there? Or if not, simply roll the number of dice equal to your edge.
Okay. Just I'll roll 4d6.
Yes. Forgot you're one of the few people who actually has edge.
Do I need to roll this any specific way? I could run it. Oh, here we go. It does have a compound system in the advanced roll. Wow, that one sucked.
There we go.
So 2 1s, 2 and a 4. No success.
No success. You go to the bus stop, and you tap your feet, and you wait, and you wait. And you still have to wait, and finally the bus schedule comes around. And you will enjoy a nice round trip up 91, up 15, around 60, and then finally you will arrive close enough to Gvina to still walk and probably be later than everyone else. Everyone else, though, has the nice